Today, I will talk about how I set up my online shop and how I launch it. And that will include the system I use to sell at craft fair and craft markets and places like that. I will cover both free and paid tools. All right, let's get started. Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Gift. I am a paper crafter who is passionate about using recycled materials to make paper and bind books. Today, I will talk about how I set up my online shop and how I launch it. And that will include the system I use to sell at craft fair and craft markets and places like that. I will cover both free and paid tools. All right, let's get started. Before we get started, this video is not sponsored or affiliated by any tools that I mentioned. If you want a PDF document of all the information that I'm giving you today, comment down below. I will make it for you. I'll give you a little bit of context. I started paper making and bookbinding earlier this year, 2025, and I turned it into my full-time focus, and I launched my shop on April 11th. That's a big milestone for me. I sometimes sell at craft fairs and craft shows, so that means I have both online shop and my offline pop-up shops. I also have a background in website development. So a lot of things that you see on here, all the system that I put into shop launch, my business operation, and all this is a DIY kind of thing. I am a one-woman show in this business. I'm thankful that I have experience in website development, so I am not afraid to deal with technical side of things. It's actually fun and challenging for me to do. It's important to point out that in this tutorial, it will be more helpful for someone who is willing to deal with the technical side of websites. So let's get into the first topic, and it's about my main website tools. What you see here, these are two different websites. This one is on WordPress, and the second one is on Square. I will explain you in a bit why I have two different websites. The first website tools will start with a web hosting. The web hosting is like a heart of your online presence, especially if you choose an open source self-hosted tool like WordPress, where you have to find your own web hosting. Web hosting is going to be a big part of whether or not your website is secure, fast, and efficient. The web hosting I am using is Crystal Hosting. This is a UK-based company, but they also have data centers in the US as well. And I chose Crystal Hosting because they're really big on sustainability. Their data centers are run with renewable energy, like 100%. So sustainability it's a really important principle of my business to begin with. And I have been using Crystal for like 3 or 4 years. They're great at what they do. I pay around $119 per year for the website hosting plan. And this plan is actually for 5 websites. If you only have one and you're not going to change your mind anytime soon, you can go with a lower plan, and it's going to be cheaper than this. The next tool is WordPress. So what you see on the left here, that's what I'm talking about. This is built with WordPress. You can see all my information here. Well, it's not everything. There's still a lot of parts on my website here that I would like to improve, but at least there's some fundamental pages on here. That's what matters most for me right now. WordPress is an open source platform, or free. You can think of it as a free tool to build your website. But it doesn't mean that having a high quality website, you can keep the website free all the time or not having to pay for anything, because I do invest in high quality and effective tools. For example, the page builder and theme, these are premium themes that I pay for. The one that I bought is Generate Press 1, and this comes with 2 premium tools. The first one is Generate Block Pro, and it's the plugin to build your pages. And another one is WordPress Premium, I think. Yeah, it's a premium theme of WordPress. There are actually a lot more features that I can, put on my website. Right now, I haven't taken advantage of all of the features or all of the premium layouts of the platform yet. For the page builder and the premium theme, I paid $149 per year. I chose WordPress 1 because they values simplicity and minimalism, unlike the page builders I tried before, Elementor and Divi. So those, even though those, I find them easy to use, like drag and drop, so easy, and there's so many features, but a lot of times they really slow the website down, and there are really too many features than I actually want. They could also introduce a lot more problems with, having conflicts with other plugins. That's why I opt out from Elementor and Divi, and now just focus on using the tools from WordPress. Next is the form plugin. I invested in the form plugin by buying Fluent Form, and this is a lifetime deal. I really need a form that is so flexible. It can be set like a conditional form, and I will show you this pre-order form that I made. This is a system that I set for, taking pre-order books from customers. If they want to personalize or customize their books, they use this form to tell me exactly what type of books that they want. So I will show you real quick. After you fill up all this, what you have to do is choosing the size of the book. So if you choose the pocketbook, the bigger book right here, you tap there, all these things will pop up based on my choice. But if I instead choose micro pocketbook, then they will not pop up. It'll be something else that pop up. And that's called conditional form. So it's a system to set your form fields to pop up based on the choice of you made previously. And that's the advanced feature of the form that a lot of times a free form tool would not offer this. And it is $432, a one-time fee. Okay, next is tools from my online shop and offline shop. I go with SquareUp. They offers a platform that you can build your online shop website, like you see here on this side. It will have a single page product that you can see all the information right here, related items that shows up here, a shop all page that will show your customers all the products you have in the shop, secure payment gateways, inventory management. Square also has sales report where you can check, each day how many items sold and what are the most popular items, things like that. The next thing that offers is Square POS system. So this is the main reason why I have both Square and WordPress. The main reason I chose Square is that it has a really reputable POS system that is easy to use. And by the way, POS system means point of sale system, and this is for in-person selling. If you sell stuff at a craft market, your customer come in wanting to buy your products. POS system is where you can take secure payment from the customer and using a hardware like a contact reader or a chip reader that your customer can tap to pay, or can use the device to slide the card, and it will link with your inventory through the Square system, the Square app that you have on your phone. There's a Square app that I can use to, match the product that the customer pick with the inventory that I have online, charge the card, and then send the receipt to that customer. And this whole workflow here is how POS system works. And Square is really, really good at this, and it's it has a really affordable price. If I do not sell anything in person, if I don't do any craft fair, there's no reason for me to have Square if I already have WordPress. In order to sell something online, I would need to have a tool such as a Shortcut or a WooCommerce, another WordPress plugin that allows you to offer an e-commerce service on your website. So yeah, the point of me having Square site together with WordPress is because Square offers both online and offline e-commerce, and I can track inventory from one place, which is Square, whether I sell online or when I sell in person. At the same time, I do not want to only use Square website because since I'm using like a free plan right now and it's quite limited. So if I want to do something more advanced, like having a form, a very flexible form, or showing a really like impressive layout, I can't do that on Square because it's so limited. So I choose to do that on my WordPress because I already paid for the premium tools to do this. And that's the main reason why I have both websites. Some more positive things about Square is that it's affordable. You pay for hardware tools, which is the POS device. I have a contactless reader. I have two devices with me right now. This is a ship reader. You can use this to slide cards, and a contactless reader, which people can tap on here or put the ship in the slot right here. When you sign up to use Square, you can order this for free. For this one, it's $59 and it's a one-time pay. Another thing is that there is no subscription for the Square online system as of now, May 2025. You can stay on the free plan as long as you want, as long as they don't change the policy. To me, the free plan is, it has all the fundamental tools that I need. I still don't have the need to upgrade to a pro plan. The ongoing cost that comes with Square is the transaction fees. And as of now, I think it's around 2.6% plus 50 cents when you charge people by card. And that's pretty much the cost that comes with Square if you stay with a free plan. So for me, this is still acceptable. Next is all about marketing, project management, and content management. The first one, I chose MailerLite for doing my email marketing service. So the whole point of having an email service provider like MailerLite is first to capture emails so that I can send discount codes to people who want to get the discount for my products. I can also, communicate with them, giving them some shop updates and also share with them some valuable content about my paper crafting journey. And that's really important because email marketing is one of the most effective ways to build relationship and nurture relationship with your customers and your subscribers. Next is Notion and Google Drive. I use these tools for content management. If I want to promote something, come up with a script, I put the script in my Google Drive, and whenever I have a new project going on, I just put the project page into my Notion board. There's just so many layers that I manage content on these tools. Home studio backdrop. Now this is a part of making the visual aspect of your online presence like appealing. This backdrop I got it from Amazon, and it's not the best, but it gets the job done, and it helps me, showcase my products in a more consistent manner. Otherwise, the background of my products would be just, all over the place. Now we get into shipping. So for the shipping partner I chose is Sendle. So Sendle is a company that, they offer carbon neutral shipping. So as I mentioned, that sustainability is really a key principle in my business. In every aspect of my business operation, I try my best to keep things sustainable and lowest and low carbon. So this is one way to do it. What I love the most about Sendle is that they still have a deal where I can just drop all the packages that I want shipped in front of my house. They will have their partner, whoever that is, like UPS, USPS, come to my door and pick up stuff from my house and go their way. I don't have to go to USPS or UPS at all. It's so convenient. And for shipping supplies, I am going with Eco Enclose. They are a sustainable shipping partner. I love the mission. I have no hesitation to go with them. They have such a wide variety of shipping materials, whether bags, boxes, like retail bags, fillers, tapes, all kinds of things. And I love that they use 100% recycled materials, and the prices are such a good deal. Apart from this, I sometimes still go with Amazon because sometimes the minimum order that they set is still higher than I needed. Now, next is legal stuff. This is a part that is really like a headache to deal with, I believe, for a lot of us. But it's going to help us set up our business in the right way. What I have here is I set up my trade name with my state. So DBA is doing business as. Another way to call that is a trade name. And my trade name is Down to Earth Paper. The thing is, I already have LLC, which is a company for a single owner. And within my LLC, I can have multiple businesses. My Down to Earth Paper trade name is a part of my LLC. So to make my business legit from the get-go is to register this name, Down to Earth Paper, with the state. I think in the DOR website, so Department of Revenue website of your state. So you go register the trade name or your LLC if you don't have one. And the fee for adding one trade name is $5 for Washington. And it's a one-time fee. So that's a good thing. Another thing is making sure that your website has legal pages. I'm talking about privacy policy, terms and condition, disclaimer. I think these are the three basics. Yeah, if you sell stuff online, then you should have a shipping policy, shipping or return policy. At first, I want to keep things cheap, right? So I try my best to find some free templates, and they suck. They really suck. I can show you this. It's still on here. And it's in my plan, it's in my to-do list to fix it. It's this one here, terms and condition. Well, at least the information on here was already customized to my business. But what bothers me the most is that the style of this whole page is far off from my business, from the style of my business. The colors are different. The fonts here are not like the same fonts here. It's just a lot of flaws and a lot of inconsistency. The font style, font families, the color. I mean, what the heck? And I tried to fix this with, CSS on the code editor, but it's so difficult to fix because a lot of these styles are embedded as a inline style. So it's embedded, between the sentences. Even using ChatGPT, ChatGPT even gave up on me. And this is the reason why I was like, okay, just forget about the free templates. Let's just invest in a paid one. So I did. And it cost me a little bit over $500 for all the templates. So terms and condition, privacy policy, all of the templates that would cover if you sell things online and if you sell digital things online too. $517. It's a one-time pay, and you will also get tutorial too, like the step-by-step walkthrough of what this section means for your business and how can you determine if this is needed or not needed. There are a lot of nuances when it comes to privacy policy and terms and condition and the different types of business that we run. The creator that I bought this one from is the contract shop. It's a big investment. It's painful to pay for this, but it's needed. It's really necessary because it's gonna cover my butt in the time of crisis. All right, now we have gone over all the tools of my shop launch, both online and in person. And I would like to conclude the total investment of all the paid tools and setup costs, $1,293.60. I'm sure that it's going to be a lot more than this if I go with Shopify instead of WordPress and Square. Okay, the next part of the video is the how-to part, and this will be a simplified steps for setting up and launching my shop. Be aware that these are my steps. I'm sure that people would have different steps based on their requirements or their experience. Okay, first, what I did to set up and launch my shop is to make sure that the name of the business that I use, Down to Earth Paper, it's unique. Like nobody claims this name yet. It's available. I can use downtoearthpaper.com, which is my domain name. I can register my trade name as Down to Earth Paper. Once I made sure of that, then I went ahead and registered my trade name and bought the domain name, which is the .com name. And what I paid for the domain is $12 per year. I think if you buy your domain for multiple years, like a 2 or 3 year deal, you're gonna get cheaper price than this. Second, I built my website on WordPress first. I just make sure that I got the basics down because the content on the website can be updated later. You can get fancy later. Just get the basics down, like the homepage, about page, contact page, and get your domain name, email address. Like for me, it's hello@downtoearthpaper.com. That's the domain email address. Next is building the Square website. Same principle with a WordPress website. Get the basics down, get fancy later. The main point of using Square for me is to make sure that I can sell things online and sell things in person. Then after that, it's time to deal with shipping policy. So shipping is one topic that can be a lot of headache, but I try my best to keep mine simple by just ship within the country. If I go out my way to ship internationally, I would feel so wrong to my business principle because at that point, things that I want to build is no longer sustainable. It's going to be a massive, massive carbon footprint. So the way I set up my shipping policy is first, I order shipping samples, like the shipping boxes that I want to use. I test it out and see what works best for my products, weigh the whole shipment, know the dimensions of the box, and then go to Sendle to calculate how much it's going to cost for sending this shipment to a particular address. And I can just pick a random address. It doesn't have to be a real address yet. Plug it in the calculator and see how much it costs. And I pick a random address from the state that is the furthest from my state, like Florida or something. I plug that in the calculator, see the price, see the cost of the shipping, and then I try to find a middle point. I use that as a flat rate shipping. So my shop right now, I offer only flat rate shipping. Right now, that's the simplest way for me to calculate shipping. And it turns out to be $6, whether you order it from Oregon or if you order it from New York, then you're gonna pay the same price. And eventually it would offset one another if people buy my products enough. It will also depend on the varieties of products that you ship, right? For me, it's quite easy because the type of products I sell pretty much are like two main types: micro, pocketbook. So the box that I use for shipping, there's only one size of box. It's this one right here. One box can carry up to 3 books, and that's how I keep it easy to ship. Next step is to create product and website content. And this is the area that is all about marketing. So the way to convert strangers into buyers is to communicate. Communicate your heart out, tell stories on the website. Be clear about your product titles, descriptions, and why your browsers should care about your products and your business and your mission. So that is all about building trust and delivering what you promised you would. That's all about content marketing. Next is setting email automation. I mentioned MailerLite before, the tool that I use for email service provider. So basically, I set up MailerLite and then hook it up with WordPress and testing out, the workflow of sending discount codes and the workflow of, when people are signing up to get updates from my shop, like the whole experience of people when they landed on your website or your landing page. And after that, after they submit their information, where you take them next. What is the message that you deliver in their inbox? And how can you keep that relationship alive? This will also ties to content creation and the marketing that I cover in the last point as well. Next is setting up legal pages. And for this, sometimes it's not like the fundamental steps that you need to have in order to sell stuff online, unless if you got into trouble early on in your business, then not having the legal pages could hurt your business and yourself more. But after you set up your website and your online shop, you can then get the legal pages set up like a little bit later. Yeah, making sure that you got them set up, and you will be so relieved that your business is now legit and you have the policies and you have the backup plan for when things go wrong. The next step is to promote your shop before launching. I gave away a 35% discount when I launched my shop. People can go on my website, they're gonna see the landing page, and they're gonna see the link to get the discount. And from there, they can put in their email address, and I will deliver the discount code through the email address. And by that point, I already set up the coupon code on my Square. So when people use the discount code on the checkout page on Square, it would work. That's one way to promote your shop. Multiple ways that you can do this. Free shipping, do a giveaway. Another thing I do to promote my stuff is to send free products to friends in my network in exchange for reviews and honest feedback. And we all know that reviews will get us buy stuff so much easier. The last step is to refine the content on your website and all your online presence, just to make sure that things are consistent throughout your online presence, your website, your online shop, your social media, and all those accounts that you have online. You can also update your product pictures, descriptions, titles, all those stuff that would convince your people to buy your stuff. This is sort of like an ongoing mission that you would have to make an effort to improve your online presence. Otherwise, no one would want to buy your stuff, right? So that's it. I think we have come to the end. And again, if you would like to get all this information we talk about today in a more concise and more organized way, tell me in a comment, please. I would like to hear from all of you. And thank you so much for all of you who stays to the end. It means a lot to me. All right, until next time. Bye-bye. Oh, one last reminder. I still have the 35% off discount on my website, downtoearthpaper.com. Grab the discount code, 35% off, only until the end of this month. May 2025. After this, there's no longer the 5% off anymore, guys. Until the next occasion, I'm not sure when. Take advantage of this discount before the end of this month. Okay? Another announcement, I am offering a pre-order. You can personalize the products to your exact need. Pocketbooks or micro pocketbooks, hardcover, medium or soft cover, natural age or trim age, the jeans cover or the thrifted fabric cover. Go to my website and visit the pre-order page. Place the order. I'm offering 40% off for your first pre-order book. You will see the link in my description as well. That's all the announcement. Until next time. Bye.